So here we have our first example for Algebra Notes 3-4. An isosceles trapezoid has legs with a length of 2x. The longer base is twice the length of the leg, increased by 6. The shorter base is the length of the leg, decreased by 4. If the perimeter of the trapezoid is 82 centimeters, find the length of the legs. So I read that once. That was definitely not enough because I barely processed any of that. So a couple of things that are jumping out at me. Isosceles trapezoid. That word, well, first off, isosceles. That word isosceles you may or may not remember from previous interactions in geometry, but isosceles means that two sides are equal. That's what isosceles means. Which is kind of implied in this first sentence here, even if you didn't know that isosceles meant that, because it says an isosceles trapezoid has legs with a length of 2x, implying that both legs are 2x. So if I'm looking at my diagram, which again, you should always be drawing a diagram of what you're dealing with because it just makes things a lot easier. So the legs of my trapezoids are these pieces right here that I outlined in purple in my diagram. So I'm going to go ahead and mark those as 2x because that's what they're telling me in the problem. The longer base, which has to be this bottom one because this is the longer of the two bases, is twice the length of the leg increased by 6. So we have a little translating going on here. We have to, turn that into an expression. The longer base is twice the length of the leg. So the length of the leg was 2x. Twice the length of the leg would be 2x times 2. Increased by 6 is plus 6. I could do a little simplifying there. 2 times 2x is just 4x plus 6. And then it talks about the shorter base. The shorter base, so that was longer base. Now we're looking at the shorter base, is the length of the leg. So we're still starting with that leg length. So that 2x decreased by 4. Well, 2x minus 4 is the length of that top base then. So now, they give us one last piece of information. They tell us that the perimeter of the trapezoid is 82 centimeters. So perimeter, again, means you sum all of those sides. So I'm going to use that fact, that 82, to create an equation. They're telling me P equals 82. Well, I find the perimeter by adding those sides together, which I'm going to use the expressions that I have. So I've got 2x minus 4 plus 2x plus 2x plus, and I'm going to use the bottom simplified one, 4x plus 6 is equal to that 82 that they gave us. So hard part's done. You got the equation set up. Solving it should be the easier part here. 2x plus 2x plus 2x plus 4x is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10x. And negative 4 plus 6 is a positive 2 is equal to 82. Minus 2 to both sides. 10x is equal to 80. Divide by 10. X is equal to 8. And so now this is where rereading the problem comes into handy, because if you stopped here and just left x equals 8 as your answer, you'd be losing points because you didn't officially answer the question. The question was asking you to find the length of the legs, and x by itself is not the length of the legs. The length of the legs are, from our diagram over here, our legs are 2x. So if x is equal to 8, that would be 2 times 8. So that means the legs are 16 centimeters. So I'm just going to answer that question. So each, I don't need to be on the side of the paper there. So each leg is 16 centimeters. And that's where I got that from, right up there.